Gonna crawl over the top of everybody to get at it. Could you come over here for me? Sorry. Goodness, you're short. This could be exciting. Step over here a little bit more. So one of the things I'm assessing with Edith is where her skull is. And before I begin the position, I'm going to begin the process of placing the central ray at a pretty good estimation about where that C1, C2 is going to be on it. Cool? Her hands are down by her side. She would remove her glasses, take anything out of her mouth that actually would obstruct the ability to do it. You can leave them out. I'll do the positioning either way for you. When I turn this light on, it's going to hit her right in the eye, so I want to make sure that I protect her eyes as I collimate down on it. This is going to be a fairly small communication of it. Sorry. So, I'm going to touch you a little bit, okay? So now I've got my hand on the back of her occipital bone. So you see my fingers communicating the very base. I want the red light, when it comes on, to actually come through my hand. Where is the red light indication on this device? Thanks. So you see it, you can see that it's through my finger now. I want you to open your mouth really wide for me. I need to make sure that her teeth are not actually in, go ahead again, the way between my hand and otherwise. She's a perfect patient. I'm able to do this without much manipulation of her face at all. For this view, I've got everything else set up. I have my technique set up. I say, keep your mouth open. No, we don't want to let her lose it. She's going to keep her mouth open. It's really hard. I'm going to come over here and say, and I'm going to make an exposure. Go ahead and close your mouth now. That's how we do what's called the odontoid method. They're not usually this easy. For some reason, she's really easy to do it on. Most patients have a real issue around either flexion or extension associated with that. That's the odontoid. Luckily, I chose the right patient today, actually. The next thing I'm going to do is angle the tube 15 degrees. This is 105. I'm going to change my image receptor. I'm going to hit her at around C4. Open the collimation so it's just in line. And I'm going to actually come to the top of her EAM. Maybe you come over this way slightly, chin up slightly. Just like that. I'm hitting her at about 6 C4. I have a nice tight collimation. I'm going to mark the right-hand side of the image receptor. You're welcome to open up the collimation if you feel you need a little bit more, side to side, so you have a better view of it. I happen to know that her spine is pretty short. This is the, go ahead and take a breath in for me. Let it all out, relax, and I'm going to make an exposure. That's the AP axial portion of it. I'm going to immediately move to this LPO. Chin up slightly. I want the gonion process off of the image receptor. I'm changing the image receptor now, doing the same thing to her. Slightly up on that. Hitting her at about C4, C3. Chin's up. The gonion process is off of the vertebral bodies. Again, take a breath in for me. Let it all out. Don't breathe or move. Relax your shoulders and make an exposure. The RPO is just the reverse. Since she is actually the equivalent of a supine, I'm marking only the right side no matter which side I'm demonstrating. This is always her right side.
Where would you want to put the markers in these cases?
Most techs will put it up high above the EAM. We'll figure that all out with each other. Again, chin up for me. Slight angulation. She needs to be 45. Step forward. Whoops, a little too far. There we go. Chin up. Just like this. Right marker there. Again, take a breath in for me. Let it all out. Don't breathe or move. And then I'm going to make an exposure there again. Cool. Relax. So that's it. I've done the odontoid, the apiaxial, both obliques. Now I'm going to actually move into my laterals. Take the angulation off the tube. And then I'm going to go to 6 feet or 72. Will it actually do 10?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I do left laterals. So now I've taken off my right marker, I've changed the image receptor, I put a left marker on here. this way for me. Chin slightly up. We're going to enter around C4. Just like that. Take a breath in for me. Let it all out. Relax your shoulders. I make an exposure. That's my lateral. This same position. Stay where you are. This is the flexion. So I have her in the neutral position. All I want her to do is lightly tuck her chin in without any kind of change. No flexion portion. I've just kind of relax your chin to your chest. She's going to have really good flexion because she has no injury to herself. Go ahead and drop your chin down. Same thing happens. Take a breath in for me. Let it all out. Relax your shoulders. I make an exposure there at expiration. Go ahead and relax. I change my image receptor. Still a left marker. She's going to do just the reverse for me. Drop your head back for me if you would, the other direction. Push you slightly forward. Take a breath in for me. Let it all out. Relax your shoulders. I make the next exposure for the extension. Go ahead and relax. So those are the general views you will see for your C-spine. We have one more to do. You can either do it at this length. More often than not, technologists will do it at 40 inches. We are interested because she's so broad-shouldered. You know, she's this like football player, right? It's not true of her, but for a lot of men, it'll be absolutely true. As I look across, there's only a few men and women who are not going to need this extra view. We want to demonstrate this prominence and the communication below it. So we're going to actually drop it so that we meet at the C7 spinous process. We're going to call me. Oops, there we are. You okay?
Yeah, I'm sick.
You're going to strip for us? Do you
Yeah.
want to put a song on? For you?
I can't.
So I'm at 2 by 2. I'm right there at her spinous process and the communication of the T-spine. I'm going to drop my image receptor. So they're at the same place. Take this hand, put it on top of your head, if you would. There you go. Now you have to really take it off. This way up here high. You want the humeral head out of the way. We're going to keep it on top of her head. This one we're going to reach for the floor with. Have her take a nice breath in for me. Let it all out. Relax that right shoulder, reach for the floor. And that's going to demonstrate the communication. You can relax. That's going to demonstrate the communication between C7 and T1. That's what we call a swimmer's view. That's our C-spine sequencing. Any questions on it? No? Cool, go ahead and relax. Who's your patient usually?
Ryan L.
Oh, good, that's pretty easy. Drag his butt over here.